Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today's May 21st, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. And if you look closely, you see BC, Washington, Oregon. Check out the marine push that occurred this morning. You guys probably even felt a little drizzle. I know I did this morning. Much chillier versus previous mornings here, and we're going to start kicking out some of this heat here as we go through the next few days. We'll take a look at those details. We'll take a look at the potential for some severe thunderstorms across eastern Washington, Oregon, through Idaho, and that would include British Columbia as we go on in through the day today. Now, looking here, you can see that smoke coming from Alberta there, kind of making its way all the way down into the USA. And just some very thick, dense smoke here. The good news is some of the extended model runs have some above average precipitation headed towards BC and Alberta through the extended. We'll take a look at those details coming up here in a moment. We could use some rainfall up here to help extinguish some of these fires. Now, taking a look here, this is the Sunday severe weather outlook here, and you can see this has been updated. I'll show you the updated map here, but generally the biggest threat here is for some large hail across some Oregon, extreme northeast Washington, up into BC here, and of course dangerous lightning with these storms could occur as well as some wind. This is looking at Seattle yesterday, 78 degrees, again above average, 11 degrees above average. You can see the impressive streak really since May 10th here, but we are going to bring things back down towards average, even a little below average for a few days. Before we bounce back here as we go through the week, we'll look at those details here in a moment as well. This is Seattle, Tacoma. You can see through Tuesday, maybe some mid 60s here, then bouncing back here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for some nice weather here towards the end of the week. And we'll take a look off in the extended here as well, because it looks like another trough maybe dropping down across the region here. Now looking at Spokane, let's see today and then tomorrow, kind of a cool down, then a bounce back here as we go through the week also, and then we'll watch for that trough through the extended coming up. This is the updated day one categorical outlook here, and you can see northeast Washington, some of the Idaho panhandle here is included in this severe risk. And if we look at hail here, you can see that is really the main threat across Oregon into Idaho here. I will not be out here chasing this. I've got another storm chasing trip coming up here, so I'm going to bide my time and try to rest myself a little bit here as we go. This is day two, general thunderstorm threat across northeast Washington up into BC here, and more of a severe threat out here across Montana, but it is still just marginal. This is looking at day three, and you can see this will be pushed out of our region here. We'll have a day off from the thunderstorms here as we go. This would be Tuesday morning through Wednesday morning. This is looking at lightning flash density potential, BC, Washington, Oregon. This is the HRRR rapid refresh model, comes out every hour. We're looking at the 12Z that does go out 48 hours, but look as we go through the afternoon, some of these strong storms across northeast Washington into British Columbia, probably going to be some severe thunderstorm warnings associated with those, as well across portions of eastern Oregon, including the Blue Mountains, some of Idaho as well as we go through the afternoon and evening tonight. Some of that activity pushing off into Montana as we go through tonight as well. I'm going to scroll ahead a little bit here and going into Monday. You can see more of that activity pushing off into Montana, maybe clipping BC and Washington again on through the afternoon Monday before that thunderstorm activity starts to wane across our region. This is looking at composite reflectivity. This is the NAM3CAM, another high resolution model. Some thunderstorm activity already going on across this morning. You see some of this firing up across northeast Washington. Again, look at some of these storms across Oregon as we go through this evening. So heads up for that. Could get some gusty winds, some big hail and dangerous lightning with these storms. And there could be a Puget Sound convergence zone as we go through this afternoon and evening here, even across the Puget Sound. We get some clouds around and still some light precipitation here. So definite cool down from previous days here west of the Cascades, but no thunderstorms. This is looking at Cape, and check this out, destabilizing nicely here across eastern Oregon, Washington, Idaho, up into BC here. And then you can see as we scroll through this, we move on into tomorrow and Monday, and a bit of Cape still across BC and Washington. But for the most part, that threat is moving off to the east. Now, looking more of a long-range view here, this is yesterday afternoon's European run. This is the ridge, and we're going to be kicking this out here. It goes this trough right here that's helping spawn this severe weather actually across some of eastern Washington and Oregon here. And then you see that trough kind of spinning around. Then we build a ridge here for a couple days through the end of the week here. But then look at this sharp trough digging down right across Pacific Northwest here. This will be interesting to watch. A lot of cold air aloft with that. Could bring some thunderstorm potential here and some precipitation as well as that trough kind of reinforces itself as we go on in towards the end of the month here. We'll watch that one closely. It's going to change back and forth here as we go through the next few days. Look at this kind of retrograde motion here to this trough. This ridge builds all the way up across northern Canada through the extended. We're looking way out here at this point here, but anyway, it's just something to watch for now. This is looking at 500 millibar temperature. You can see the trough kind of moving through, keeping us below average for the next couple of days, and then we warm up a bit, and then look at this next sharp trough as we go through the extended, really dive down over the Pacific Northwest. Lots of cold air aloft associated with that one. It is still a ways out there, so it's just something we're waiting and seeing to see exactly how the model runs trend with this as we get closer. This is looking at 150 millibars, somewhere up towards 5,000 feet temperature anomaly. You can see the warmth that's been giving us these above average temperatures across the region here and the thunderstorm activity. Now you can see this as we bring us through Monday night shown there. And as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to warm up a bit again here before the potential arrival of that next trough. Look at that. As you go up towards 5,000 feet, some well below average temperatures potentially coming. This is looking at total precipitation in inches. Now you can see some of this activity across BC, Eastern Oregon, up and through Alberta even. BC getting some good amounts of this thunderstorm activity here. And then we're going to scroll ahead a little bit more here. Look at some of this precipitation showing up across Alberta and BC here. Hopefully that can help with some of those fires out here. Some pretty good amounts showing up. As we go on through the extended, that next trough drops down, and you can see including much of the Pacific Northwest, potential precipitation here as we go towards the end of May. So we'll watch that system closely. Talked a little bit about it yesterday, and we're just still in kind of wait and see mode. As you can see, we're still almost a week out from that, really, before we get into the much needed details here as we go over the next few days. This is looking at 10-day precipitation anomaly. BC, Alberta, well above average here. And you can kind of see the arrival of the X trough starting to be calculated into this 10-day anomaly map there. This is 6 to 10-day temperature outlook. This could be changing here, but we still are included in this across the Pacific Northwest till May 30th. And this is the precipitation probability. This has been changing a bit here. We were in the below average here, but it's kind of trending upwards here across Pacific Northwest. But anyway, yeah, let's see what these thunderstorms do today. Heads up, eyes on the sky. If you are in eastern Washington, eastern Oregon, through the Idaho Panhandle, up into British Columbia here, and through Montana tonight, definitely going to be some strong thunderstorms moving around out there. Dangerous lightning, potentially some big hail. Severe hail is categorized by 1 inch or greater. So watch out for that. Watch out for those gusty winds here. And we're going to bounce back a little bit as we go towards the end of the week coming up here, and those temperatures then potentially bring another trough through the extended. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll watch that day by day. But anyway, yeah, I'll be out doing a storm chasing trip probably again here this week. I may leave on Wednesday. We'll see how that goes. Starting to watch some of the model runs out across the plains. Doesn't look like anything too spectacular, but when it's May, you get out there and chase. So anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and we will do this again, and I'll see you guys then.